Hello, lovelies. Welcome. Today, we're going to talk about why you avoid your numbers. So, I'm Zoe Shannon. I am an emotional money and an income capacity mentor, and I help coaches break invisible income ceilings. Coaches who are between 40,000 and 100K, under 100K in their business. And what we do together is stabilize your revenue and expand what you can hold financially. So let's talk about something today that most people don't admit out loud. Avoiding your bank account, avoiding your Stripe dashboard, avoiding your bookkeeping, avoiding your revenue numbers. Let me know in the comments if you do that, okay? Have you ever avoided? Do you avoid sometimes? So most people think that means that they're irresponsible. They think it means that they're bad with money. But avoiding your numbers is not immaturity. It's actually emotional overwhelm. And if you've ever felt a wave of anxiety when you're just thinking about opening your bank account or looking at your business revenue, there is a reason for that. Your brain's not broken. Your nervous system is actually protecting you. Now, I know you've heard me talk about this before. It's your nervous system protecting you. And today I want to explain why this happens and how you can start changing it. So, the reason that we avoid numbers has very little to do with math. It has everything to do with emotion. So, for many entrepreneurs, especially women building businesses, numbers become emotionally loaded. Numbers start to represent things like, am I successful enough? Am I failing? Am I behind everyone else? Like, am I lagging behind? Or did I mess something up? Or what if there just isn't enough? So when you open your numbers, your bank account, you're not just seeing data. You're seeing a mirror of your perceived worth, safety, and success. And when numbers trigger shame or fear or pressure, your nervous system does what it's designed to do. Thank you, nervous system. Thank you. It avoids exposure because avoidance is really just a survival response. Your brain is trying to reduce the discomfort. So instead of checking your bank account, instead of tracking your revenue, instead of reviewing your expenses, your brain says, let's not look at that today. And in the short term, avoidance works. It works for you. So for a few minutes, you feel relief. You don't have to face the numbers. You don't have to feel the anxiety. You don't have to process the emotion. But here's the problem with that. Avoidance reduces short-term discomfort, but it increases long-term instability. Because when you avoid your numbers, you actually lose your power over them. You can't make strategic decisions, you can't see patterns, and you can't plan growth when you avoid your numbers. And then slowly the numbers start to feel bigger and scarier than they actually are. Not because they are, but because you've given them emotional power. So financial clarity is not about being perfect with money. It's not about being emotionally safe enough to look. The entrepreneurs who do scale businesses aren't the ones who never feel fear around money. They're the ones who build the capacity to stay present with the numbers, to look at the data, to understand what it means, and to make decisions from a place of clarity instead of avoidance. So, money capacity isn't about how much money you make. It's about how much financial reality you can emotionally hold without shutting down. So the next time that you notice yourself avoiding your numbers, instead of forcing yourself or instead of judging yourself, just pause. Just pause and take a breath and ask yourself one question. What what am I protecting myself from feeling right now? Maybe it's fear, maybe it's shame, maybe it's pressure. Maybe it's the belief that you should be further ahead. Just noticing the emotional layer is the very first step in changing the pattern. Because once you understand the emotion that's driving the avoidance, you can start building the capacity to face your numbers with a sense of calm and clarity and power. Now, if this resonates with you, if you've ever noticed yourself avoiding your numbers or feeling overwhelmed by money in your business, I created something specifically to help you understand this pattern. So inside Six Figure Self, there's this tool called the Money Capacity Audit. And this audit is going to help you identify your current money capacity level, your specific avoidance patterns, the emotional triggers that affect how you handle money, and what needs to shift for you to hold more income and growth, and financial responsibility in your business. Because scaling to six figures and beyond isn't just a strategy problem, it's a capacity problem. So, inside Six Figure Self, we work on the identity, nervous system, and decision making patterns that allow entrepreneurs to actually hold and grow money without burnout, without avoidance, or without constant financial stress. And I want to share something with you that's important about why Six Figure Self is only $9. It's intentionally priced that way because the biggest barrier most entrepreneurs have isn't information. It's just starting. It's taking the first step to look at their patterns, their habits, and their relationship with money. So instead of making this a big investment or something that feels overwhelming to join, I wanted to make it extremely accessible, something you can say yes to today and start shifting your relationship with money immediately. Because one small decision to face your numbers can create a massive change in your business. So if you want to take the money capacity audit, the next step is to join Six Figure Self. And once you're inside, you'll be able to take the audit and start understanding your relationship with money on a much deeper level. So you can click the link below to join Six Figure Self for $9 and take the audit and begin expanding your money capacity because your numbers aren't something to avoid. There's something you get to lead. All right, my loves, I'll see you next time.